part 3 of the Let's Talk About It series. Let's talk about narcissism. So, in my other video I did a few months ago, back in like June, I left out some things. There is more I'd like to add to it about understanding the narcissist playing victim from the actual victim who's suffering workplace or abuse, whether they're in school. So, what I left out about identifying the victim in workplace bullying or school bullying, and again, the school bullying shit can happen from the time your kids are kids on up to when people are adults. Because narcissists learn very young. My goal here is to educate so people know what they're dealing with, and understand when they're judging wrongfully, and understand when others choose to willfully do wrong against innocent people. Narcissists are very toxic people, and anyone who either has not been tainted, meaning bullied, people who've had healthy parents, they're very jealous of that because their parents obviously don't protect them enough, whether it's from the bullying at school or if their parents are bullying them at school and they're being bullied by other bullies. That's even worse. That's wrong, but turning into another psychopath is even worse. And growing up to be an adult psychopath is worse. So let me get into it. So, how to tell the victim. So, I touched on how the actual victim is going to be blindsided versus the narcissist sarcasm. Okay, now, narcissists can play innocent, but it's, again, going to be their attitude. They're going to be, I don't know what you're talking about. This person has a narrative. There are key words narcissists are going to say. This person has a narrative about me, and I don't understand. Yeah, this person thinks that everyone doesn't like them. When a narcissist tells you, especially in a co-work or school environment, that this person thinks that everyone doesn't like them, they're indirectly confessing that their group of flying monkeys or their friends do not like that person. They're indirectly confessing to you that they don't like that person. So if you're a boss, if you're a principal, school counselor of students of all age, okay, understand, narcissists are very good with playing belligerent. Now, let's talk about when the victim snaps out. And this is, again, any age. Anybody can snap out because what narcissists do is mental and emotional torture. And it's bullying. Okay? How are you going to tell this? This is very easy. The person usually is pushed to the point where they may break down in tears. They may be heavily upset. There may be some type of anger. They may cuss that person out. You jumping in and punishing that person instead of assessing and actually trying to understand, or judging because this is a new individual, say on the workplace. Let's be clear. Not only is the narcissist watching how you handle it, they're learning that they can manipulate you if you don't assess things properly. So if the victim is having a breakdown or showing some sort of emotion, again, that's usually the signs of an innocent person. Narcissists, when they're accused of doing what they did and you rightfully pointed them out, they're usually going to be, but I didn't do anything. You're wrong for, they're gonna react in more anger. A narcissist anger and the words that they say are going to be telltale versus a victim. A victim most likely is going to continue to say or spell their ignorance, and not ignorance, innocence. They're going to continue to maintain their innocence, right? Their behavior, an innocent person's behavior may be, I didn't do this. I'm telling you I didn't do this. They may even give up, go into give up mode because they know no matter what, you're going to side with the predator in this situation, and the predator being the narcissist, because that's what they are. Not all sociopaths and psychopaths get out there with an axe and a knife and hurt people. There are some, again, who like to mentally torture people, and they're within your organizations, and some of you people are too so dumb, can be controlled, and they have batteries in your backs. So, let me get back to what I was saying. A narcissist, on the other hand, I don't know which example to give you. I'll be honest, I've had a couple situations where I've seen bosses fire people who were doing stuff to other people, And I'm just in the back of my head, finally, a new boss that sees through this person. You know, these people got caught. The new boss was doing their job and fired these people. They didn't take it very well. The narcissists the whole time were, I'm going to sue this job because I didn't do anything. And it's not my fault. No one likes her. How dare you? You're unfair. I've been here for years. They're going to deflect, where the victim is most likely going to go into a shutdown mode. The victim may even have a nervous breakdown and pass out. Yes, that's happened before. That can happen. If a person is too severely mentally messed up from narcissistic abuse, they can very well have a nervous breakdown, and that can happen. It's rare, but it does happen. Or they could just have a shutdown moment where they're in shock and they may need time to regroup, because it's like they can't believe, let me stop saying like, they can't believe that it's happening. So, other ways you're going to be able to tell a victim. Victims withdraw at work. They get quiet. They're standoffish. The whole point for the predators is to isolate them. Meanwhile, the predator that's, I didn't do anything to them and I get along with everybody. Everybody's my family and my friend. Everybody's your family and friend. And these, I don't understand why nobody likes her. And everybody, number one, if that's the telltale sign of a narcissist, nobody likes her. Narcissists have always played this role where if everybody says it or if nobody likes this person, that they're a problem, when really the narcissist is the fucking problem. These people should be avoided, because if they see that you're not a person that's not a follower, they will go after you. If you catch on to anything that they're doing and you try to slightly hold them accountable, they will go after you next. They are not your friend. This is of all ages, but for this particular part, this is a workplace. Now, this can happen in school settings too. It all, like I said, the isolation process is all the same. A narcissist will be having their glory days. They'll have their 5, 10, 20 different people they'll be talking to. They'll be a social butterfly. And meanwhile, everyone has this nasty taste in their mouth and they're avoiding the victim. Shut down, quiet. The victim barely wants to come into work. The victim no longer cares to come in on time. And it's the same thing with school. They barely want to come into school. They barely want to come in on time. Students may ditch to get away from bullies. Those are your telltale signs. 9 times out of 10, a victim always says, I did not do this. And it's not true. And the world just has this enslaved hive mindset that if 10,000 people said that you did something, that you did it. And that's not always true. See, 10,000 people can hear the same information or hear the same information with some extras added on from other people. And the victim is stuck being accused of shit that they didn't even do. Prime example, the movie Easy A. Nobody knew that anything that they said about that girl was true, but everybody wanted to believe it. And please don't let me get into pretty privilege. I'm gonna say this. I blocked a narcissist a while ago. I used to actually like and follow her. And I'm gonna say this without makeup, she's not a very pretty girl. I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And I'm gonna say this. Colorism of any kind from any race is not okay. I don't care what race you are. I don't care if you're my own kind. Colorism, whether you're dark or light skinned, it's not okay. Period. Saying stuff like that is immature, and it should be stopped, and you need to grow from it. Okay? If you've had that ignorant way, grow up. Okay? Even me, I used to call people stuff back when I was younger just because they did it to me, and that didn't make me okay for it either. I had to grow out of it, and I had to realize somebody had to stop being ignorant. Somebody had to grow the fuck up. Now, I'm for a tit for tat, but that's not a tit for tat that needs to continue. But let's get into another part.